Every single cell in your body is waiting for a signal that tells it to open its doors and let energy in. That signal is insulin, and if you have prediabetes, your cells have stopped listening. But here is what nobody tells you. That conversation can be restored, and the thing that restores it is food. Welcome to Cellfresco. One belief drives everything we do here. Every cell has a healing food. Today we prove it. Today we are going deeper than any food list has ever taken you. We are going inside your cells to show you exactly what is happening when prediabetes takes hold, and exactly how specific foods send the signals that switch your cells back on. This is not about what to eat. This is about how food heals you at the most fundamental level possible. Part 1. The conversation that broke down. To understand how food heals prediabetes, you first need to understand the conversation that broke down inside your body. Here is how it is supposed to work. You eat a meal, your blood sugar rises. Your pancreas detects this and releases insulin into your bloodstream. Insulin travels through your blood like a messenger, arriving at your muscle cells, your liver cells, your fat cells. It docks onto a protein on the surface of each cell called the insulin receptor. This docking triggers a cascade of signals deep inside the cell, activating a pathway called PI3K-AKT, which sends the GLUT4 transporter to the cell surface. GLUT4 is the door, and once it opens, glucose floods into the cell and becomes energy. This is a perfect system. When it works. In prediabetes, this conversation breaks down. Your cells stop responding to insulin the way they should. The receptor is there, but the signal is being blocked. Inflammation is jamming the communication. Fat deposits inside your muscle and liver cells are interfering with the signaling cascade. The GLUT4 door never fully opens. Glucose stays in your blood. Your blood sugar rises. Your pancreas panics and pumps out more and more insulin, trying to compensate, and eventually it cannot keep up. This is insulin resistance, and it is happening in approximately 40% of adults worldwide right now. Yale University researcher Dr. Gerald Shulman, one of the world's leading experts on insulin resistance, has shown that fat accumulation inside liver and skeletal muscle cells is a primary driver of this communication breakdown. The fat literally blocks the insulin signal from reaching its destination. So what restores the signal? What unblocks the communication? What reopens the door? Food, specific food, eaten in specific ways. Part 2. The foods that restore the cellular conversation. Let us now talk about each food, not just what it does, but how it sends signals directly to your cells to restore insulin sensitivity. Food number 1, leafy greens and the magnesium signal. Spinach, kale, broccoli, and Swiss chard are extraordinarily rich in magnesium. And magnesium is not just a mineral, it is a cellular signaling molecule. Here is how it works inside your cells. The insulin receptor, the protein on your cell surface that receives insulin, requires magnesium to function properly. Without adequate magnesium, the receptor cannot complete the signaling cascade that opens the GLUT4 door. Research published in Springer Nature has shown that magnesium deficiency directly impairs insulin receptor activation and is strongly associated with insulin resistance. Every serving of spinach or kale you eat is literally repairing the machinery of your insulin receptors. You're not just eating a vegetable. You are sending a repair signal to the gates of every cell in your body. Eat dark leafy greens twice a day, morning and evening. This single habit can measurably improve insulin sensitivity within weeks. Food number 2. Fatty fish and the membrane fluidity signal. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel are loaded with omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, and omega-3s do something extraordinary at the cellular level that almost nobody talks about. Your cell membranes, the outer walls of your cells, are made of fat. The type of fat in your diet determines the flexibility and fluidity of those membranes. When your diet is high in saturated fat, your cell membranes become rigid and stiff. Rigid membranes means fewer insulin receptors can embed themselves on the surface, and the receptors that are there become less sensitive. Research published in Wikipedia's Scientific Synthesis of Insulin Resistance confirms this clearly. Increasing the concentration of polyunsaturated fatty acids in cell membranes increases the number of insulin receptors and improves their affinity for insulin. Omega-3s from fatty fish literally rebuild your cell walls, making them more flexible, increasing the number of insulin receptors on your cell surface, and improving their sensitivity to insulin's signal. You're not just eating fish. You are rebuilding the walls of your cells to be more receptive to healing. Eat fatty fish 3 times per week minimum. Food number 3, berries and the inflammation signal. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries contain compounds called anthocyanins. powerful antioxidants that do something critical for restoring the cellular conversation. Remember, inflammation is one of the primary blockers of insulin signaling. Pro-inflammatory molecules like tumor necrosis factor alpha and interleukin-6, both shown in research from Nature's Signal Transduction Journal to directly interfere with insulin receptor signaling, essentially jam the communication between insulin and your cells. Anthocyanins from berries directly suppress these inflammatory molecules. They clear the interference, they restore the signal pathway, and research published by multiple institutions has shown that regular berry consumption is directly linked to improved insulin sensitivity and reduced risk of developing type 2 diabetes. You're not just eating fruit. You're clearing the noise that is blocking your cells from hearing insulin's message. Eat a cup of mixed berries every day. Food number 4, legumes and the fiber GLP-1 signal. Lentils, chickpeas, and black beans are rich in soluble fiber. And soluble fiber triggers one of the most powerful hormonal signaling cascades in your body for reversing insulin resistance. Here is what happens. When fiber reaches your gut, it ferments. It feeds your gut bacteria. And those bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that travel through your bloodstream and reach the cells of your intestinal wall. These cells respond by releasing a hormone called GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. GLP-1 travels to your pancreas and amplifies insulin release. It travels to your brain and improves insulin sensitivity signals. And research published by Springer Nature has confirmed that GLP-1 receptor signaling is one of the primary pathways through which dietary interventions modulate glucose metabolism. The medications that doctors prescribe for type 2 diabetes, drugs like Ozempic, work by mimicking GLP-1, and you can trigger the same pathway naturally every single day with a bowl of lentils. You're not just eating beans. You're triggering the same hormonal cascade that the most advanced diabetes drugs try to replicate. Eat legumes at least 4 times per week. Food number 5, oats and the slow glucose signal. Oats contain a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, and beta-glucan does something elegant inside your body. It forms a thick gel in your digestive tract, dramatically slowing the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream. Instead of a sudden surge of blood sugar that forces your pancreas to release a massive flood of insulin, you get a slow, gentle, steady rise that your body handles effortlessly. But the benefit goes deeper. This slow glucose absorption gives your cells time to respond to insulin normally, 1 unit at a time, rather than being overwhelmed. And over time, this steady, controlled exposure to insulin actually retrains your cells to respond to it properly. It is like physiotherapy for your insulin receptors. A randomized controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that regular oat consumption significantly reduced blood sugar and improved insulin sensitivity in people with prediabetes. You're not just eating porridge. You're retraining your cells to listen to insulin again. Eat half a cup of rolled oats every morning. Food number 6, nuts and seeds and the fat receptor signal. Almonds, walnuts, and chia seeds provide healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, and these fats do something at the cellular level that completes the healing picture. Alongside rebuilding cell membrane fluidity, as we discussed with omega-3s, these healthy fats also activate a family of proteins inside your cells called PPARs, peroxisome proliferator activated receptors. PPARs are master regulators of fat and glucose metabolism. When activated by healthy dietary fats, they directly improve the expression of genes involved in insulin signaling. They increase the production of GLUT4 transporters. They literally increase the number of doors through which glucose can enter your cells. Research from Springer Nature has confirmed that PPAR regulation is one of the key molecular mechanisms through which dietary fats influence insulin sensitivity. You're not just eating a handful of almonds. You're activating the genetic switches that produce more doors for glucose to enter your cells. Eat a small handful of mixed nuts or a tablespoon of chia seeds every single day. Part 3. The integration. Food as your cellular medicine. Now let us step back and see the full picture. Prediabetes is not a single problem. It is a breakdown in cellular communication happening at multiple levels simultaneously. The insulin receptor is malfunctioning. Inflammation is jamming the signal. Fat deposits are blocking the pathways. The GLUT4 door is stuck shut. And here is the profound truth that our research-backed approach is built on. Food does not just address one of these problems. The right foods address all of them simultaneously. Leafy greens repair the insulin receptor with magnesium. Fatty fish rebuild the cell walls to hold more receptors. Berries clear the inflammatory interference blocking the signal. Legumes trigger GLP-1, the body's own insulin amplifier. Oats retrain the cells to respond to insulin gradually and properly. Nuts and seeds activate the genetic switches that create more cell doors. Every meal you eat is either adding to the breakdown or restoring the conversation. Every bite either jams the signal or clears it. This is what we mean when we say food is medicine. Not metaphorically, literally. At the level of your cell membranes, your receptor proteins, your signaling cascades, your genetic expression. Food is having a conversation with your cells right now. The question is, what is it saying? Start with one change tomorrow. Add spinach to your breakfast. Swap your snack for blueberries and almonds. Have lentil soup for lunch. Each of these choices sends a healing signal to every cell in your body. Your cells are waiting to hear the right message. Give them the food that speaks their language. If this video gave you a new understanding of how food heals, please give it a thumbs up right now. It helps more people find this channel, and it means everything to us. Subscribe to Cellfresco, where every week we go deeper into how food heals specific conditions at the cellular and biological level. In our next video, we are going inside the 5 organs that prediabetes is silently destroying right now, and the specific food that repairs each one. You will not want to miss it. I will see you next week. Keep healing, keep thriving.